Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is an A2 level listening course. We're going to be talking about object pronouns after verbs and prepositions. So what are the people doing here? So see if you can make up a sentence about each of these pictures. You can pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to continue. All right, so here, picture B, a possible sentence. Mason is going to slip on a banana peel. Kate is riding a bike through the fields. Agnes is reading a book. And Toby and Joe are chatting. So those are some of the types of sentences that you could have written. So what's the difference? In each pair of sentences, what is the extra information in the second sentence? So she ate a tart. So here we know what she ate. He fell over the rock. Here we know where he fell. They are playing a game. Now we know what they are playing. And he is worried about her. And this one we know who he is worried about. So the second sentence adds extra information. Can you explain the relationship between the verb and the information after the verb? And do you know what we call this extra information? Well, these are objects. The objects, sometimes they're the object of the verb, sometimes it's the object of the preposition. Okay, so in the sentences, the bold words are the object of the sentence. A tart, the rock, a game, and her. The white words are prepositions, over and about. And sometimes the object comes after the verb, and sometimes it comes after a preposition. Once we know the object, we can use the object pronoun afterward. He fell over the rock. He did not see the rock on the path. But we don't really need to say the rock again. He fell over the rock. He did not see it on the path, because we know that it is referring to the rock. She watched the TV show. She enjoyed the TV show very much. She watched the TV show. She enjoyed it very much. So it refers to the TV show. John and Eric played a game. They talked about the game afterwards. John and Eric played a game. They talked about it. So it refers to the game. So the subject pronouns, we're going to look at which subject pronouns are the same as their object pronouns. So I like Chris. Chris likes me. So me is the object form of I. Now you is easy. You stays the same. You like Chris. Chris likes you. So both the subject and the object form are the same. He likes Chris. Chris likes him. So him is the object form of he. She likes Chris. Chris likes her. Her is the object form of she. It likes Chris. Chris likes it. So again, it is similar to you. It stays the same in both the subject and the object form. We like Chris. Chris likes us. So us is the object form of we. And they like Chris. Chris likes them. Them is the object form of they. All right, so now see if you can work through these sentences and change the object into an object pronoun. And the objects are the ones that are in italics. So go ahead and try those on your own and then restart when you are ready to see the answers. All right, so she listens to the radio every day. Well, we could replace the radio with it. She listens to it every day. The baby is smiling at her grandparents. Well, it would be them. The baby is smiling at them. Jeff closed the door. So the door would be an it. So glad Jeff closed it. He is looking for Simone and Colin. So that would be he is looking for them. I worry about my results. This would be I worry about them. They laughed at his jokes. They laughed at them. They looked at Gerald would be they looked at him. And the babysitter looked after their baby last night. And we don't usually refer to people as it, but here if we don't know the gender of the baby, if we don't know if it's a him or a her, then we could use it. The sitter looked after it, meaning the baby. But normally we would say him or her. All right, so what is the object pronoun in each sentence? There are 6 sentences, and you can practice saying them. And so you want to identify the subject pronoun and the object pronoun in each of these sentences. So let's listen.
Number 1. She doesn't like me. Number 2. We like him very much. Number 3. He hit them very hard. Number 4. He called you yesterday. Number 5. We bought a sandwich and ate it. Number 6. She won't help us.
Okay, so this time I will play them one at a time and give you the answers as to the subject pronoun first and then the object pronoun.
Number 1. She doesn't like me.
Okay, so she is the subject pronoun and me is the object pronoun.
Number 2. We like him very much.
So we is the subject and him is the object.
Number 3. He hit them very hard.
So number 3, he is the subject, them is the object.
Number 4. He called you yesterday.
So this would be the subject is he and the object is you.
Number 5. We bought a sandwich and ate it.
Okay, so the subject is we and the object is it.
Number 6. She won't help us.
So the subject is she and the object is us. Alright, so as you saw, we often use object pronouns directly after verbs. We also use object pronouns after prepositions. So prepositions are the words in English that show us where things are in time and space. So the ball is inside the box, or the ball is inside it. The line is moving around the orange cube, or the line is moving around it. Joe is opposite Sam and Leo. Joe is opposite them. Alright, see if you can describe these images, and some prepositions in English contain more than one word. So just see if you can make some sentences to describe each of these images. You can pause the video while you do that and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Alright, so in picture A, the plane is flying from London to Paris. Here the arrow is under the box, or you could say the box is on top of the arrow. Here we could say the pyramid is next to the ball, or the cylinder is next to the cube. In D, the arrow is against the cube. E, the cylinder is above the cube. Here the arrow is on the table. Here the cube is among the cylinders. The arrow is through the box. The arrow is over the mountain. And the arrow is coming out of the box. So we use nouns and pronouns after prepositions. So we're going to listen to some more sentences. And what is the preposition and object pronoun in each sentence? There are 7 sentences. You can practice by saying them. And we also want to identify the subject. So we're going to be identifying the subject, the preposition, and the object pronoun. So 3 things to listen for. Let's listen.
Number 1. Your mother is talking with her now. Number 2. He is looking at it. Number 3. She ran towards him. Number 4. The bird flew over me. Number 5. She walked by them. Number 6. They arrived before us. Number 7. I didn't give it to him.
Alright, this time I'll play them one at a time, and we can write in the answers as we go along. So again, it's subject, preposition, and object pronoun.
Number 1. Your mother is talking with her now.
Okay, so the subject is mother. The preposition is with. And the object pronoun is her.
Number 2. He is looking at it.
So here he is the subject. At is the preposition, and it is the object pronoun.
Number 3. She ran towards him.
Okay, so she is the subject. Towards is the preposition, and him is the object pronoun.
Number 4. The bird flew over me.
Okay, so bird is the subject. Over is the preposition, and me is the object pronoun.
Number 5. She walked by them.
Okay, so she is the subject. By is the preposition, and them is the object.
Number 6. They arrived before us.
Okay, so they is the subject. Before is the preposition, and us is the object pronoun.
Number 7. I didn't give it to him.
Okay, so I is the subject. And then we have two objects here. We have it, which is the object of the verb. And then we have the preposition to, and then him is the pronoun, the object pronoun of the preposition. So I didn't give it to him. Okay, so we're going to listen to Ingrid talk about yesterday. And after listening, just what can you remember?
Yesterday I bought a book. The sales assistant put it in a bag. I thanked her and left the store. When I arrived home, I saw my brother, so I decided to show it to him. He thought it was great and asked if he could read it. I also showed my parents too, but they didn't like it. I think it's too modern for them. Last night I started to read it. I'm really enjoying it. It's a story about a woman called Rachel and her family. They go on vacation. One day they go for a walk and she loses them in the forest. Well, I shouldn't spoil it for you, so I won't say anything else about it.
Okay, so just think about what you can remember from listening. Okay, so now we're going to read these questions and then decide, and listen again, and then decide whether these are true or false. The sales assistant is a man. She saw her sister and showed the book to her. She started to read it last night. In the story, a girl called Rachel goes to a park with her brother, and her brother finds a dog. So let's listen again.
Yesterday I bought a book. The sales assistant put it in a bag. I thanked her and left the store. When I arrived home, I saw my brother, so I decided to show it to him. He thought it was great and asked if he could read it. I also showed my parents too, but they didn't like it. I think it's too modern for them. Last night I started to read it. I'm really enjoying it. It's a story about a woman called Rachel and her family. They go on vacation. One day they go for a walk and she loses them in the forest. Well, I shouldn't spoil it for you, so I won't say anything else about it.
All right, the sales assistant is a man. That is false because she referred to the sales assistant as a her, which would be female. She saw her sister and showed the book to her. That was false. It was her brother, not her sister. She started to read it last night. That's true. And in the story, a girl called Rachel goes to a park with her brother. Her brother finds a dog. That is false. She goes on a walk with her family and loses them in a forest. All right, so now we'll listen again and fill in the blanks so you can follow along.
Yesterday I bought a book. The sales assistant put it in a bag. I thanked her and left the store. When I arrived home, I saw my brother, so I decided to show it to him. He thought it was great and asked if he could read it. I also showed my parents too, but they didn't like it. I think it's too modern for them. Last night I started to read it. I'm really enjoying it. It's a story about a woman called Rachel and her family. They go on vacation. One day they go for a walk and she loses them in the forest. Well, I shouldn't spoil it for you, so I won't say anything else about it.
Right, and then that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, and share, and if you have any questions, leave those for me in the comments. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.